Hi Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your Mercury retrograde reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you are interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they are all located in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Feeling yourself become calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. And I can tell you right now, Aquarius, that there is huge impact around your throat and your heart chakra during this time. A huge weight that feels to be sitting right on your chest that is going to be addressed and is going to be released. It's really actually quite intense. So let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. How will Aquarius be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. How will Aquarius be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. How will Aquarius be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Awesome. Let me just move my camera back so that you can see a bit better. Fantastic. Let's see what the chakra energy is for this time. Move this over here. How will Aquarius be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. How will Aquarius be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. How will Aquarius be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. We're starting off with universal light, which is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above your crown. How I see this card is I see you as this apex of light right here, shooting out to, into the universe and then into your grounded self. And so there's this light, this understanding, there's this reasoning that comes around you. There's this tingling, that I'm just feeling throughout my whole entire body right now as you connect with this energy, as you connect with yourself, as you see the light shine around you and you see more than was anticipated. And then we have inspiration, which is the sacral chakra. This is where a lot of negativity is coming from this life and from past life. This is where it's held within us. And so as you have the sacral chakra bringing you inspiration, it's a releasing. And that's where I can feel it, and I hope you can too, around your heart chakra, around your throat chakra, where it's this release for what you love and for what you say, for speaking your reality and moving yourself into power, into existence, into beauty, into passion, into what you desire. And it's releasing so much negativity from the sacral chakra, from this life that you've inherited through your DNA line, that's come to you through simple living, through past life experiences, and you're seeing a new dawn. And it's kind of like, finally, a new dawn approaches. And that gives you the inspiration to move forward. That gives you the inspiration you need to really embrace what you want from your life and what you desire. And then you have the throat chakra, which is talking about your truth. And it's balancing your emotions and your passion. It's looking at what you desire most. And it's saying, speak your truth. Move forward in your truth. Move forward in your passion. Move forward in your understanding. Move forward in your bounty. And let that truth guide you. Let that truth guide you to something so much more, and to some place so much brighter than you had anticipated, than you had expected. So on the left-hand side here, this is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. The right-hand side is the public arena. So we're starting off with the Three of Pentacles. There's a prosperity that you've worked so hard for. Other people might say, oh, this prosperity that you've worked hard for, this is my doing. This is what I've created, but it's yours. Don't let anybody steal that from you. Then we have the Four of Wands. This is a celebration. This is new job opportunities. This is moving house. This is a celebration that cannot be denied. And it doesn't have to be that it's moving house or new job opportunities. It is something that you celebrate, that brings blessings into your life, that makes you feel more at home within your skin. And then we have the Hanged Man. You see things differently than everybody else. Does it mean that you're wrong? No. Does it mean that you're different? Absolutely. And that is not necessarily a bad thing. You are going to think that you are wrong, because you're going to think, well, everybody else sees it this way. And Aquarius, you have this way of connecting heart, soul, and spirit with the world. And so when you see things differently, or things go not according to plan, you'll sit there and say, oh, it's my fault. Whereas other signs would be more than willing to say, oh, it's their fault. They did something wrong. You will take the blame immediately on yourself. That's who you are. And that is something that, yes, is commendable, but is also something that you have to be mindful of, because you see things differently than other people. So they'll be more than willing to say, oh yeah, well, you got it wrong. But you saw something greater. You saw a greater future. You saw a greater, path. And that is something that you never get wrong. It just may be the timing is off. And then we have the Ace of Coins. This is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of prosperity. And we're going to see if you take it or if it's just permeating every single aspect of this time and moving you forward in a way that you hadn't anticipated. It moves you to the Ace, to the Knight of Swords. This is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, of course, you, Aquarius, coming through. So this is you shining through, being that determined, passionate, knight of defender of yourself and your soul. Also, Mercury retrograde starts in Libra, ends in Scorpio. So the Libra aspect is really affecting your heart. It can be that justice and balance becomes something very important to you. But again, you see justice and you see balance quite differently than others do. Okay, you're going to see it more spiritually, okay, more connectively through emotions and through heart, right? Then you have the King of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is with this joy opening up, this happiness, this celebration. This is you moving forward. This is you being a little bit, people might say sneaky. You're not sneaky, okay? A person who would say that is a person who thinks that if you wipe your nose, you have to tell them, all right? That's not where you're at, and that's not what you want. So here you're moving forward in passion, you're moving forward in power, you're moving forward in determination, but he's riding a fox. And so there is a way that you're kind of coming at things from left field. And it moves you to the Eight of Cups. There's an ending here. There's an ending of something you once thought you would love, and your heart is saying, no, I'm done. I'm done, and I'm moving forward, and I'm walking away. And it's an ending as severe as a divorce. So it doesn't mean that relationships have to be, like a romantic relationship has to end in divorce. But it is an ending where you sit there and you're divorced from this certain way of thinking, from this, from a friendship, from, some sort of relationship that was in your life, or some sort of power that was in your life. And you're saying, you know what, no more. And it brings you to the Ace of Swords. And you are definitely taking this gift. You're also defending this gift of knowledge, of understanding, of seeing things more clearly, more openly, more honestly for yourself. And it leads you here to the Seven of Cups. It leads you here to seeing that dreams can come true. Just the Disney song, dreams can come true, they can happen to you. That's what I'm seeing. And it's turning dreams into a reality. And it's taking things that we think of as wishes, and saying, okay, I'm going to actively work in order to get there. And you might be saying, Dane, I've done this already. I've actively worked. And but there's a sense here of your dream taking your passion, your creativity, and you see things differently. And so these are doors that you might not have thought to walk through, that you are walking through. And it leads you to the Emperor. It leads you to Aries energy, okay, which is a time frame of March 21st to April 19th. And it leads you to passion, determination. It leads you to claiming a throne, to knowing, yes, that you are human. You will fall, you will fail, you will make mistakes. But it brings you to a release of the negativity of the past, or also ideals of the past that can never be gotten again. And, wow. And then there's a confronting and releasing a pauper's mentality. Because you have these two things warring with each other here as you're moving forward. It's like there's a part of you that thinks, I can't have prosperity in my life. I'll always be on the outside of wealth, of bounty, of beauty. And there's another part of you that's seeing divinity hand you these gifts. But the road, and in the public arena, the road has been long and it has been hard. And people might not even understand that, how long and how hard the road has been. But there's a passion, there's a power to you that moves you forward. Yeah, and there's a plan here, because if you see, you have 7, 6, 5, 4. I mean, they're out of sequential order in the line, but that's what it feels like. It's like everything has been leading up to a release of what has kept you small, but it has been in an order that you wouldn't expect. And then let's see your person here, the people who will aid you during this time. Who are the people who will aid Aquarius during Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? Who are the people who will aid Aquarius during Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay, these 4. So you're starting here with the moon. This is a Pisces energy, February 19th to March 20th. This is somebody who is either facing their fears and like taking you on this journey with them, or who is showing, how to face fears. It's like they might not be showing it like, oh, this is how I overcame this or overcame that. Though if they're doing like a YouTube story or something to that effect, or a book or something like that, then yes, it could very well be as literally spelt out as that. But there is a sense here of facing fears. And this is a person who could also have let fears rule them for a really long time. And who either you're seeing step out of that shadow, or who, who's embracing a new stage in their journey, a new way forward. And this really does inspire you, Aquarius, because fear is something that we're born with. We're born being afraid of things. It kept us alive. It kept our ancestors alive when the world was a heck of a scarier place, And so here, there is that sense of knowing that, yes, fear keeps people alive, keeps people moving forward, but it doesn't have to ruin my life. And that's what you're seeing here. And that's what this energy, this person here is really showing you. And it can be that you are facing a fear. And it can be that this person has you facing a fear that you thought would cripple you. But you're actually finding out that you're a hell of a lot stronger than you thought you were. I mean, seriously. And then you have, again, the Emperor energy, Aquarius, Aries energy, there we go, coming through Aquarius. And there's a sense of passion, of fire, of determination, of yes, falling. I mean, absolutely, but getting back up and claiming that throne, of knowing where you stand and what you stand for. And that being the fiery, passionate truth of your existence and your life. And this is the person who is like a boss. And you might even sit there and be like, wow, they're such a boss at what they do. Or they could actually be your literal boss or a very authoritative person within your life. But they're showing you forward. And know here, this person aids you, okay, Aquarius? But this person might be aiding you through really testing you. And during this Mercury retrograde, you're going to have both ways kind of moving forward. It's like the testing, the fire, the passion, the determination, the muddled, and the stepping out of the shadow that you once lived in. And it moves you to the Aquarius energy. Now, this is an Aquarius, of course, and this is a person who really, their energy syncs to your energy because they're an Aquarius, you're an Aquarius, you get each other. But there's a sense here of pouring healing waters. This person helps you heal. This person helps you see a greater truth, a greater passion, what you desire. And this leads you to the Taurus energy, the Hierophant. And this is a time frame of April 20th to May 20th. This is determination, stubbornness. This is a person that shows you it's not bad to be stubborn or to be determined, but you can't lose yourself, to other people's stubbornness, other people's determinations. And you are finding yourself step into this power. And as you do so, you see the light that you have shining down on you. You see the passion that you have creating you, leading you forward, bringing you someplace so much more than had been anticipated, than you had thought. And as you're embracing this, you are embracing you. And as this prosperity moves with you and around you, you move with it and around it. And other people are going to want to say, look what I did. I did that for you, Aquarius. You did that for yourself. You did. You might have had people lend a helping hand along the way. That was their choice. But this was you. This was you. And it leads you from the 3 to the 4. It leads you to a place of celebration. It leads you to a place of happiness that cannot be denied. It leads you to opportunities opening up. And it doesn't mean that they open up right now, but you start to see yourself kind of shedding a skin, shedding a past, shedding a shadow, and stepping into this power. And as you see this, and it's really happening internally, it really starts to affect the way that you move forward in the outside world. Because you're sitting there and saying, why not? Why can't I have the happiness? Why do I always have to swallow my words, swallow this, swallow that? Why cannot I live in my truth? And this is you living in your truth, living in your passion, living in your power. And as you do so, you see that you see things differently than everybody else. You see them differently, you see them powerfully, you see them truthfully, you see them honestly, and you're not like everybody else, and there's nothing wrong with that. Though people have tried to tell you that there is. It's not their life. They have their life. They can live their life however the heck they choose. It is your life. It is your passion, it is your power, it is your brilliance that is moving you forward. You are seeing things differently than everybody else. And that is what is moving you. But it will be very easy for people to make you feel guilty, to make you feel like you did it wrong. You didn't. The Ace of Pentacles, God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine universe, handing you a gift of wealth. It is permeating every single aspect of what you're moving forward here towards, because you're rooted in this fact that there can be more. There can be more. And there is going to be more. You do have the fact of the poor person mentality with the Five of Pentacles coming in, wanting to stomp it, wanting to say, no, you can't have it. But there's something that you're fighting here from your past, Aquarius, that is muddling your thoughts. I mean, Mercury retrograde already muddles things. Already, tempers rage just a little bit more because confusion comes in. People feel more vulnerable. People feel more hurt. We have the state of the world as it is right now, which adds to the hurt and the vulnerability of things. And we can have a real mess on our hands. So here it is knowing that you are striving towards this prosperity. You are striving towards bounty, that you are blessed with it. You are blessed with it as a rooted self. And it is moving you to be a knight of your truth, a knight of your passion, a knight of what you desire, the cutting through doubts and fears, the knowing where it is that you stand, the passion, the determination, the fire, the truth of it all. And you are not backing down. Usually with the Knight of Swords, it's like, okay, think things through and then go for it. But it's here, it's like, don't think things through so much that you're talked out of what is right for you, of what you know to be right for your heart, your soul, and yourself. Because as you move forward in this Knight's truth, in the sense of, you're not, just running away and joining this circus type of deal. You are knowing what it is that you want. But the thing here is, okay, so there's like a balance. There's always a balance. It's not just charging off into the night, and just going for it. And it's not thinking things through so much and thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it that it only becomes thought and never becomes action. You need that middle sweet spot. And as you do this, then you find out that you move forward in the most unexpected and kind of cunningly brilliant way. You move forward in passion, in determination, in fire, in truth, and you move forward in this beauty. And as you do this, it guides you to a place that you hadn't expected. It guides you to a place that you just hadn't realized. And the fire moves you forward. This passion moves you forward. And you see things so much more openly, so much more honestly than you had before. And it becomes part of your soul and part of yourself. And you have this fire to you. You do have this fire to you, Aquarius. Now, whether you have fire in your chart or whether it's just like, you are the king that's going to roll up their sleeves and really go after what they desire, that's completely up to your path, in conjunction with your path. But here, it's like as you start to see things opening up for you, as you start to see the world becoming a part of you, and you becoming a part of the world, you have this passion, this fire to move forward. And you're leaving behind so much of what has made you doubt yourself. So much of what has made you small and silent. And you're saying no more. I can't do this anymore. And what is more important, I won't be doing this anymore. And you walk away. You walk away from what you once thought you would love. And it's like, no, I'm sorry. It's like putting on those pair of shoes. I always say with the 8 of Cups, the easiest way for me to, describe it, it's that pair of shoes that either was the most comfortable pair of shoes, and one day you go put it on and your feet have changed and the shoes aren't comfortable anymore. Or it is that beautiful pair of shoes that you've never been able to walk in, but they're so pretty and you can walk in them for maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. What the heck's the point? Shoes are for exploring. Shoes are for wandering. It is time to wander towards your truth and to move forward towards what you desire. And it leads you to a passion that cuts through doubts and fears. It leads you to this desire that moves you forward. It leads you to a mental clarity that sings, that sings as clearly as the singing bowl, that brings this understanding. And you have the repeat of the number 1. You have knowledge, you have determination, you have fire, you have passion, you have this force that is the number 1. And then you have the repeat of the number 4, which is a taking care of yourself, body, mind, and spirit. And you are moving towards something greater. You're seeing your dreams and you're making your dreams a reality. Okay, you're looking at what you desire from your life. You're looking at your hopes and your doubts and your fears and, the dreams that have become so sacred to you that to live them almost seems like blasphemy. And you're going to find that now is the time to start to make those dreams a reality, to start to bring them to life slowly and steadily, even if it is just, the visualization of seeing them and of moving forward in that truth and in that passion and in that understanding. It moves you from simply being a dreamer to being a manifester, or to being a doer. If you sit there and say, oh, manifesting doesn't work, then it's being a doer. It's sitting there and, having these dreams, these hopes, these desires that we're born with and that we accumulate along the way. And it's saying, yes, I can. And then it moves you to being the emperor. It's like, yeah, I've fallen. Yes, I failed, but I've claimed my throne. And I'm ruling my life as best as I can. And either people understand it, fine. And if they don't, that's also fine. Because this is me. This is where I'm moving forward to. This is what I desire. And the kicker is here is as you have your dreams and as you have yourself claiming your throne, you have the past coming in. It's either nostalgia, okay? Or, and it takes away your truth. It's exactly why truth fell down. It takes away your truth. It makes you sit there and doubt that you can move forward this way. Doubt that you can have this life that you want. Doubt everything that you have worked so hard to build. And it makes you feel like a pauper again. It takes away your wealth. And Aquarius, you know what? here in this reading, oh, I get emotional. Here in this reading, it's like, if you let everybody else take away your wealth, they will. They just will. They will think that they have the right to dictate your existence. I am supreme overlord of all that is to be. This is the way that you should be living. And they've spoken that over you. It's made you doubt yourself. The way that you move forward, the decisions that you make, the passions that you have, the dreams that you have, they've laughed, they've mocked. They said that it didn't fall into convention. Who the heck are they? How great is their life that they get to say this? And it takes away your wealth. It takes away your prosperity. It takes away your dreams. Don't let it. That is something in the public arena that you will have to fight against. And it's just going to be a bit of a battle. It is. So be ready for that battle. Because what you're fighting for is the seeds of greatness that divinity have planted in you. What you're fighting for is the truth that you know and the way that you are moving forward and the fact that you see things differently. And isn't it about time that the world starts to see things differently? It starts with one. If one person sees things a bit differently and has that brilliance come to the rest, not even the rest of the world, just to another person and then another person and then another person, it changes things slowly and steadily. And that is what you're doing here. During this Mercury retrograde, you're finding your voice, which, it's a complicated time to be finding your voice, but you are finding your voice. You're claiming this voice. And let's go deeper. How will Aquarius be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. How will Aquarius be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And one bonus card. Okay. Now let's look at the people you have to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people that Aquarius has to be mindful of during Mercury retrograde? Okay, so obviously this one. During Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. Who are the people that Aquarius needs to be mindful of during Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? Who are the people that Aquarius has to be mindful of during Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. All right, these three. So we're going to start off with the card that made itself known right away, and it is Scorpio. So this can also be being very mindful of the Scorpio time frame of the Mercury retrograde. And so here it's also the secrets. It is the sense of this person operating in the grace of things. It's not that they have to tell you everything. It is that this person is going to be on their own journey, looking at what they desire, what they want. And they're not really going to be that concerned with passing it by anyone. So here you can be very caught up in what they're doing, but they're really moving things forward for them. And it might not also be for you. So here, if you're inspired by this person, if you follow them like on YouTube, or you follow a podcast, or you're reading a book and you feel this really great inspiration, just make sure that it aligns with your life, because there's going to be something astoundingly enticing about this, but also it's not going to fit perfectly. It's like, take a few things and forget the rest. Everything may not align just perfectly there. And then you have Justice, which is the Libra time frame, which is the first half of, Libra time frame is September 23rd to October 22nd. Scorpio time frame is October 23rd to November 21st. So this is the full Mercury retrograde. I would just be mindful. And that's really what I'm seeing it as a mindful time for this Mercury retrograde. It is a time to kind of watch the justice and the truth, watch the hidden secrets that are coming up, and to really know what it is that you want. It's not really a person. It is more a state of being, and it is a power of self. And then it moves to the Princess of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is somebody, as an air sign energy, you're going to feel really drawn to Aquarius. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I totally get where they're coming from, what they're saying. But this is a person who's going to be very diva-like, very kind of selfish, very much cutting to their own truths, going after what they want. And you just have to be mindful of that along the way. So we have the King of Cups over the hard work of your passion and your prosperity, and the happily ever after of the Four of Wands. And then you have the King of Cups coming in, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. There's love, there's beauty, there's joy coming here. The Wheel of Fortune, as you see things differently, everything changes. And it brings you to the Queen of Cups over the blessing of prosperity. And whenever I have the King and the Queen of the same, from the same suit, from the same deck, it is a soulmate connection, a true love connection. So there's a beauty here of love that guides you forward, and that changes the way that you see things. And it leads you here to the Ace of Wands being given to you. It's over the King of Wands, so there's a strong chance that you take it, but we have to see if it's within this deck that you take it here. So it's permeating everything as you move forward, as you are embracing your passion and what you desire. Gifts from divinity move you towards something greater, something more. And you face the Five of Swords, which is a karmic debt, which is actually what you're walking away from. A karmic cycle ended, something more seen. And as you take this gift of knowledge and understanding, the Three of Wands has you opening up to your future. It's not being stuck anymore. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles, which is earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, over your dreams and over the Emperor. So it's moving forward in the prosperity as you claim your throne, and as you take your dreams and you start to make them part of your reality. You have the King of Wands right here over the hurts, the pains of the past, negativity that was spoken over you. So you're definitely taking the gift of the Ace of Wands, and you're embracing this passion and this power, and you're moving from being a pauper to having the star right here, to claiming the true essence and the true depth of you. And it moves you to the Fool. It moves you to a whole new journey, a whole new way forward. So here we have the King of Cups. This is being a king of yourself. The King of Cups in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is a king on a rock in the water. And yes, you could say that he's, a king. He has more people that he rules, but he is simply ruling himself at that time, which is what we all do. And with the King and the Queen of Cups coming forward, it's like, be the best ruler of you that you can be. And through your knowledge, which you are naturally inclined to, okay, as an air sign energy, coming together with your heart, coming together with your emotions, you're going to find that a new doorway opens up and a new strength becomes a part of you. And it really does change the way that you're heading. And at times, yes, you feel like you're on this wild and crazy ride. And at times you kind of want to get off. But there's a new future that comes your way, a new passion, a new guidance forward. And divinity within your heart hands you a gift of passion and fire and beauty, and this coming together of what it is that you want and desire. And it leads you to walking away and facing negativities that have held you back before. And you're going to think like, oh no, I don't want to face this again. And yeah, that's fair. But facing it, and you might not feel like you're handling it any better, but there is going to be something here and some of you, okay, so when we're faced with the Five of Swords, sometimes this is something we face time and time again, and it's come up in the cards time and time again, but we see a different path forward. We address something that is really quite powerful, okay? And so here with the Five of Swords, it is something that you have faced before. And it is now standing in your strength. It's standing in your conviction. You might not be handling the scene completely differently, but it's standing in your conviction of your truth, of your passion, of your power, of what you desire, and finding that way forward. And it's embracing your heart, your soul, and it's seeing the world open up to you in a way that you hadn't expected. And then prosperity comes in. On the earthly plane, you're very rooted to the earthly plane with the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands, to the Queen of Prosperity and the King of Passion, of Fire, of Beauty, of Understanding. And as you do this, you are seeing the way things are connected. You're seeing the fire of what you desire, and it embraces you, and it leads you to your soul self. It leads you to the essence of your dreams and the dedication of your desires. And it brings you on a journey that others might say is foolish, but it is a journey of your heart, your soul, what you want, and the way that you move forward. And it's like taking these steps change your life. They do. They change you. They move you in a way that you hadn't anticipated. And let's see what your spirit guide animals have to say. How will Aquarius be affected by Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? How will Aquarius be affected by Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. So we have here the sandpiper spirit, be playful. Don't forget to let joy, don't forget to let play be a part of your life during this time. Then we have the Scarab Beetle spirit, which is beautiful. Scarab beetles were sacred in ancient Egypt, so that's very powerful. And it says here, magic works through you. Magic does work through you. It works with you, and it is a part of you. Remember what Brahma said. He hid the God's head within man, because that was the one place we would not look for it. Look for your God's head within. Embrace your magic, even if others think it is silly, even if they laugh. It's like this is your truth, and this is your way forward. And then we have the cow spirit. It says the miracles are endless. They can be small. They can be astoundingly nuanced. But the miracles are endless and far more powerful than you thought. Your subconscious message for this time is the skunk. Know your worth. Don't underestimate yourself. Don't undersell yourself. Know your worth. It leads you to your subconscious people message, which is the Prince of Wands. Passion, determination, and fire lead you forward. You're moving forward with a speed. There's a sense during this time of getting the job done. It brings you to Mother Earth. It brings you to a grounding in your truth, a grounding of your passion, a grounding of what you desire. This is the Earth Star Chakra, located 6 inches below your feet. You're grounded in the carrying power of the earth, and in a truth that is greater than you realize. Your subconscious tarot message is the 7 of Wands. Pick your battles wisely. Don't fight every foe that comes your way. Stand in your truth, and you will be successful. And also don't back down. So there's this fine balance there of standing in your truth, of knowing when to fight and knowing when not to. That's going to be very powerful. And your subconscious, to go deeper into your subconscious message, is judgment, is a resurrection of soul and self, is your angels watching over you, protecting you, guiding you, leading you towards something greater as the trumpets call and as you rise. All right, Aquarius, this was intense. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we walk forward in our truth, in our passion, in our power, remembering that our worth is great and that we are mighty. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aquarius.